Finally, live, guys. Sorry, live. It wouldn't go live. Don't know what's wrong with the internet. Maybe the cold weather is freezing everything up. So here we are again, right? Oh boy, another challenging stream. So what I'm going to teach you today is what I called the confidence and the momentum trick, especially for when you got social anxiety. So I'm going to explain it in this because no one knows this unless they've done it. This is not available online. It's not in books because this is something that I personally experienced myself, and I came up with a name. So don't get too narrow-minded in the name. It's just using words to explain an experience that I've had over and over again that personally changed my life. And that's how I built a successful business and brand. Everything. I went from rock bottom to getting a girlfriend, to learning how to make money, to being a public speaker, to attracting clients from all around the world, building a successful YouTube channel with over thousands of subscribers, etc., and helping so many people. Right, I did that obviously over the course of a decade, and during that time, I've learned this thing, what I call the confidence and the momentum trick. I've once again used it in my fitness, so you can use it in any area of your life. Once you understand the value of it and you understand the psychology and what you need to do, basically what it is it's habit building. And I'm going to break down how you go about it today in this stream. So this live stream is great. It gives me the opportunity to take my time, explain it, and answer your questions. Let's make sure the chat works. If one of you can write in the chat, that would be great, because it doesn't always come up sometimes, but it's very faulty for some reason, these live streams. YouTube's quite reliable, but oh, here we go. Great. Appreciate that. Thank you. Right. Once you see the first comment, I can crack on. So let me just give me a few minutes, guys. I just want to warm up because I've just got back from the gym. It was brilliant, and I've done 6 sessions in a row. And that's going to also be part of this talk today when I explain it. I promise you, if you apply this for yourself, watch how much confidence you're going to gain in a short amount of time. Actually, let me get my paper just in case I need to make a couple of notes just to kind of organize it from my head onto the live stream. Okay, so let me just explain this. Social anxiety. All right. Here's a trick. Not like a magic trick. Okay, so let me explain where all of you are going wrong. Where people go wrong with regards to, because for me, facing social anxiety in by definition means taking action. It means taking action on your fears and on your goals. Because if you've got goals in life and you want to act on those goals, as soon as you go to do that, your fears are going to come up. And then you're going to be, you're going to have self-doubt. You're going to be hesitant. You're going to worry about failing, about being judged, about, experiencing pain, about being uncomfortable, about, not knowing what's going to happen. So here we go. So social anxiety, taking action on your goals, and facing fear. Okay. So this is a mistake that most people make. This is what I did, a mistake that I made for about 10 years. Now, they're aware of, obviously, their fear. You're aware of your fear and your social anxiety. And every time you think about facing it and improving it and going towards the things that you want to do, whether that's talking to people, starting a business, the usual things, right? All right, Andy, how are you? Every time we do something in reality, we always do it in our head. We think about it. And when you think about it, it seems so scary and overwhelming that you allow your negative thoughts to talk you out of doing it. So you don't do it, you put it off. And then you spend time watching videos online, watching movies, probably spending a lot of time on your own, pornography to get some type of relief and pleasure, junk food, alcohol. It's different for everyone, right? But that's what's going to happen if you don't take action, because the fear is so overwhelming for you. It's such a nightmare. You can't you don't even want to look at it and face it. You recluse into being a coward, and you go in the opposite direction. And that direction you'll always run into your addictions in that direction. At some point, it's going to break you down. We're all human. So you're going to have an appetite for pornography, for masturbating. You're going to have an appetite for junk food, for sugar. You're going to have an appetite for negativity. You're gonna run into that place, right? And the longer you stay in that place, the longer it's harder to get out. So that's really letting you know where you don't want to be. So the next part moving forward, give it a like, guys, if you're enjoying this, share it with a friend. The next part, where a lot of people succeed and they do the right thing, they watch my videos, they get motivated, or they watch other people's videos, or they watch mine and other people's, and they pump themselves up and they say, I'm going to do this. They say, I am going to face my social anxiety. I can't take this no more. They might even get in a really good mood. You might listen to my talks or Les Brown, whoever does it for you. And you get in a really good mood. You have a good day. You say, I'm going to do this. I believe in myself. I'm going to do it. And the next day comes and you go to an event and you do it. You go and face your anxiety, or you go on a first date, or you make your first YouTube video, or you go to your first job interview. So you take some action. And you feel good about it, and you should feel good. But then you reward yourself. You celebrate too early, and guess what happens next week? That negative voice comes back in and says you're not good enough, and it's going to be scary, and you shouldn't do it. And then you stop taking action. So most people get caught in two areas. The first area is they don't take any action at all, which is what a lot of you are doing. I read the live streams. They isolate themselves. I did this, so I'm not judging anyone. But I am judging the mistake, because I made this mistake and I got it right. That's why I'm here to help you. So either one is just as bad, really, because when you don't take any action at all, you're in shit street. You're in darkness. It's horrible. It's a horrible place. We won't wish it on anyone. But when you're in that place, when you take a little bit of action and then you stop again, you're back in darkness again. And it's in a way, it's even worse, because now you beat yourself up for trying and quitting. So here's where my teaching comes in, right? I'm going to tell you my story. So this is the mindset that you're all in. This is the mindset that I was in. It's hard, I understand, because social anxiety does come with a lot of stress and pain and discomfort, and being around people isn't easy for so many reasons, right? We've discussed this before, guys. If you've got bullied at school, you've had bad experiences with people, negative people, if you're bullied at school, that goes on in your head. That really does that goes on in your head. I'll get to that date in a second, right? And you start thinking about your demons from the past, even though that's in the past, and then it just basically frightens you out of taking action. So then you don't end up doing it. So you're never getting nowhere. So with the momentum and confidence trick, what happened to me was I got so sick of being where all of you were, in between those two areas, being a coward and being in darkness and not being able to act. And then sometimes having a bit of courage, doing a little bit and running back in again. I got sick of that. I thought, you know what? In a positive way, I don't care anymore. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I don't care about my pain. I don't care about failure, judgment, people harming me, betraying me, bullying me, what they think about me, what I'm going to go through, being laughed at. I couldn't care anymore. I don't care. I've got beyond that, because being where I am is so painful and horrible. Anything's better than this. So I'm going to face everything. Bring it on. Obviously, I'm going to do it accordingly. I'm going to do as much as I can each day, each time. And that's what I did. I went, right, I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of gyms, right? I'm joining the gym. So I hit the gym and I stuck at it for about 3 years, even longer. I got in great shape. So I got the confidence from the 3 years. And I got the confidence, from the first few weeks. So that's why I developed the 6 weeks program. That's why it's so effective for clients that I work with. Because during that 6 weeks, they're getting the confidence and momentum trick. All they're building is confidence, momentum. There's no time to back out. I won't let them back out. And especially if you've paid me and spent a lot of money and you make that investment, you're not going to back out when you spent money, a lot of money, and you've had to work hard for that. And you don't want to let me down. You don't want to let yourself down. I'm a very positive motivator anyway. I know how to get through to the right people, that have got a good attitude and are coachable. So you won't want to do that. You won't want to spend a big investment financially and mentally and emotionally and embarrass yourself and let yourself down. You're not going to want to do that. And obviously I make the teaching fun as well. I always make it fun for clients, and I tell them if it is challenging. So when you do week 1, I'm on your ass. I'm not letting you off the hook. We book the sessions. It's not just when we feel like it. It's 6 sessions in a row, 1 session every week. And what happens is session 1 gives you confidence and momentum. Then that you take that into session 2. Session 2, you get more confidence and momentum. Session 3, you've got even more confidence and momentum. Session 4, you're bigger. You're getting stronger now, more confident, more daring. Session 5, session 6, you're a different person, transformed. So this is the secret to overcoming social anxiety. You've got to make that commitment. You have to be mentally fully committed. And when you mentally commit, there's nothing to be frightened about. But when you don't mentally commit and you're indecision and you're like, shall I, shan't I? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's terrifying. Any brave warrior will tell you that. When you're procrastinating and you're shitting your pants and you're sitting down and you're thinking about it and you're going, I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to face my fears, I'm not. You don't get anywhere, and you get more pain and suffering, and you start having more doubt. So you just got to cut through all that with the mentality, and how it makes you feel outweighs the stress and the anxiety, your demons, your fears, your challenges, all those horrible negative feelings mentally and emotionally. The buzz that you get when you keep taking action and doing the momentum trick with the confidence and momentum is so satisfying to your soul, your spirit. It's so rewarding that you don't want to go back to the way that you was, because that sucks. It really does. Sorry, my language. So how I got to where I got to, I had to not listen to negative people, because I guarantee all of you have got negative influences around you. They might, somewhere or another, you've got negative people around you, and you're negative yourself as well. Telling you the truth, you are. You can't be positive if you're not taking action. It's a miserable life. I'm just being frank. Especially when you come from where we've all come from, being bullied at school and going through that traumatic experience. But let's not dwell on that. That won't help. Let's move forward. So it's like building blocks, isn't it? That's why I went to the gym 6 days this week. I built massive momentum. That's why I appreciate it. People are saying, Johnny, you look so good. I've never seen you look. You just, aesthetically, because of the training, because of the momentum, because I'm super fit. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 6 days in a row training. Every session hard. Today was a little bit light, every session, and I put all the videos out to the point where I'm in agony, I'm sweating. On what day was it? I got sick in the gym in boxing because I pushed myself that hard. So I did the 6 days because I wanted the momentum trick. I want that confidence from the training and the momentum. I knew I'd never get that. If I went gym once a week, I ain't going to get shit. And I can't tell all of you this stuff. I can't tell you how to be better in your life. So I reinforce that philosophy. I reinforce the truth of that experience. And I, years ago, I had a real bad fear, like everyone does with public speaking. And I would do one talk, then I might do another one 4 months later. And I wasn't really improving. So I said, hell with this, all out or nothing. I decided to do, what did I do? I did something crazy, which was brilliant. I did about 3 or 4 public talks a week for a certain period to get that momentum and confidence. So that's my secret. People want to know, what's Johnny's secret? How did he get to where he got to? What I'm telling you today. So it's really understanding it. And I do my best to explain it to you in words, in literature, over a video, but you're only going to understand it when you guys do this. But the truth is, I don't think most of you can do this without my help, without my mentorship. I really don't. I'm just being honest. I've got a decade's worth of experience. And I wish I could say all of you could do it on your own. And I'm not putting you down at all, because most people can't. I needed help at a certain point. So if any of you are serious, not interested, because interested, no, if you're committed right now and you want to do my 6 weeks program and have me coach you for 6 weeks so you can build that momentum and confidence and get ahead in your life, get in touch. Email me and we'll arrange a Zoom call. I'd like to have a chat with you on Zoom, find out more about you, see if I can work with you, if we get on, if there's chemistry. If there is, great. We can go through the details of price, logistics. But that's why I do the 6 weeks, because it's so effective. Hundreds of people have done it and succeeded. A lot of people you've seen some of them on YouTube, the successes. That's only a handful. It's been hundreds. It's not everybody that I've filmed. So that program I created came from my own journey, because I was struggling before I became a teacher. Obviously, I had to figure these things out. No one really told me, because a lot of people are not honest about these things. They're just not. Or some people give you what they have. And I've had a lot of help from people over the years that were great. But this area, I had to do it myself, because there was no teachings on it on the internet. No, everybody was telling me to read books. The books were bullshit. The books never gave me confidence. They never got me out of my comfort zone. Well, it's not just about approaching girls. Social anxiety is about speaking to your male friends. Social anxiety is about going to the gym. If you've got it badly, you're not going to be doing all these things. I think the biggest challenge for a lot of you, and it used to be for me, this is probably why I probably will seem crazy to most people, because I'm so open, because I haven't got time for bollocks. A lot of you can't be honest about what you're struggling with, and that's why you're struggling more. Like, you can't admit it because of pride, because of shame, because of guilt, because of ego. But if you want to transform, you have to be real. You have to say, I struggle with it. I have anxiety, social. I'm scared. I'm afraid. That doesn't make you a coward. That makes you a champion, because honesty comes from strength and truth. So that's why I'm raw and honest about my journey with it. So I'll say it again. You're all struggling because you're not building momentum and confidence. You're taking long breaks out. And every time you take long breaks out, the anxiety just starts surfacing, building up, and the doubt kicks in, and your confidence goes down the toilet. So it's raw. You got to be really tough to do it. Hey man, I can't answer that for you, Joseph. You're gonna be your own man and make that decision. That's got nothing to do with me, man. I'm here to help people get past the social anxiety, but that's a question that you got to figure out for yourself. So I'll explain it again, how this I'm great momentum works. So the idea is that every week you've got to face your fears. You can't just do it when you feel like it, because you're never going to do it. You've got a set time. You've got to dedicate your whole life to it. I think that's something today that the generation of the guys don't understand. A lot of you don't understand. I'm not saying all of you, but a lot of you don't. You think you can just pussyfoot around things and do part-time and get great. You're not going to get great results. Social anxiety is a full-time job. I had to dedicate my whole life to transforming from it, and being able to do things like public speaking and get confident. So you really do have to take responsibility. But I'm telling you, when you do this, it's only one practice. You haven't got to do all these different things. You haven't got to read books. You haven't got to watch videos. I mean, you can watch some of my videos from time to time to get a bit more knowledge. You just have to focus on one area. Social anxiety. Right, what have I got to do? Go out, meet people, keep doing it. So let me explain it even clearer, right? So, okay, so let's say next is Sunday tomorrow, and then Monday. You really want to socialize Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'd say 5 days in the week. Then you can take the weekend off. And then when the next week comes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then again and again for 6 weeks in a row, even 6 months. That's how you're going to improve at it, and that's the only way to defeat this fear and anxiety, because this fear and anxiety is a very strong fear, social phobia and anxiety in general, and low self-esteem. It comes back. So you have to really fight it, and you have to set aside time and dedicate your time to it, and not take long breaks out. So for example, that's why you see me doing so many live streams, because I'm the same thing, same momentum confidence trick. Most people do a live who have followers. They do a live like once a year, once. It's not enough. I do them regularly. Sometimes I've done two today, which is it's easy. But to get to this point of enthusiasm, having all this energy, you've got to put a lot of practice in, and it's a lot of fun once you get going. But see, people drop off from the stream because today people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear, "Oh, it's okay. You're doing great. Everything's fine," and that's not true. It's not true. You could be doing much better. So that's why I've noticed, and it's fine. My videos get the more honest I am, more truthful I am, the less views I get. Because today people want crap. They want drama. They want fake stuff. They want bad conversations. You're not going to get that with me, because I haven't got time for that. It's not meaningful. It's not helpful. So that's why I speak with honesty and straightness. And it took me quite a few years to build this confidence and to be able to be this outspoken. Now, I don't agree on that. I disagree, Dick. I don't think you can put yourself in too many uncomfortable situations. I don't believe that, because you get enough time to sleep and rest. So I just think I don't agree on that. I think people are the opposite. They don't put themselves in enough uncomfortable situations. And that's a lesson for everyone, myself included. We can always do more. We can always get more of our comfort zone. So I don't agree on that. So yeah, and I think that's the problem with a lot of you and people today, is that you're just too placid. You're almost too introverted. You're too relaxed about everything. And that's actually really dangerous. I used to think that was a good character to have. As I got older, I realized it's actually poor character. Like, it doesn't mean you got to be shouting and ranting every day, but you got to have passion. Because if you haven't got passion and drive, you won't get off your ass and do anything. You'll just be depressed. You'll just sit at home playing video games all day. It's not healthy. We need social time, and you need a lot of it. So it's really about focusing your time on what you want to do, and putting that attention. Because as I said, with social anxiety, you're going to have your own goals. You might have social anxiety with dating and women. So that's something that, if that's your main priority, that's what needs time and focus, and that's what needs that momentum. If it's public speaking, then you need to practice doing public speaking every week in order to get ahead and get the confidence and get used to dealing with the anxiety, so it's not a problem anymore. If it's going to group meetings, then you need to go to regular meetings. I done this a while ago, a few years ago, as a practice. For months, I went to different meetup groups. I did several every week. I built so much momentum and got a lot of confidence from it. I did it with YouTube. A lot of people make a mistake on YouTube. They make one video a week when they're starting out. It's not enough. And especially when you're insecure about what people think and you're not really experienced on YouTube, it's not enough. If you're starting, you should really be doing a video every day or every other day, at least 4 times a week, getting that momentum, and then you're not scared anymore. So all of you are very scared at these things because you don't practice it enough. And like I said, that's why my coaching is so valuable and beneficial, because all we do is take action and practice in a short amount of time, but we do a lot of work, a lot of momentum. Because there's an illusion with what you're doing. You got some people that say to me, "Johnny, I've been working on my social anxiety for 3 years and I haven't really got the life that I want." But if I was to look at the 3 years of what you've done, it wouldn't be a lot. We could probably condense 3 years down into probably 6 months. So really, you've stretched it out and you've convinced yourself that you've done 3 years of practice, when in reality you haven't. Because I could get more done with a client in 6 weeks with my coaching, my approach, than you would in 10 years, because you're going to let yourself off the hook. You're going to keep saying, "Oh, I won't do that," and you just got to throw yourself in. It's really true what a lot of people have said. Smart people, 90% of success is just showing up. But it doesn't just mean that. It means it takes a lot to show up, doesn't it? Anybody can give it the big and then say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But to actually get there and do it, that takes a lot of character. Today, people talk too much jargon about self-love, but they don't even understand what it means. Most people don't even have it anyway. But good character is what I think is more important than self-love, because love is probably the most important thing. But self-love can be wishy-washy. But a good character, someone who is accountable and is driven and motivated and has got a good attitude, well, that person is going to have self-love anyway. But most of you and most people today, they lack good character. They can't keep their word. If they say, I'm going to meet you tomorrow at 6, they cancel, change their mind. You tell yourself, I'm going to join the gym next week. You don't do it. So I'm not putting all of you down. I'm just being honest. I'm just telling you the truth. This is why you're failing. This is why you're not improving with your social anxiety, because you're not putting in the work that needs to be done. So this is what I told myself when I was younger, because no one was going to be real with me and tell me, because people are scared, or sometimes people are nasty, and that's not helping someone. There's a difference between what I'm doing, which is not nasty, it's not bullying, it's being honest with people, it's motivating them, it's telling them where they're going wrong, telling them where they need to go right, because you care, you're doing it from a genuine place, rather than just saying, oh yeah, you're doing great, when you're not doing great, when you could be doing a lot better. So I got very real with myself in my early 20s, because I had enough of people being fake. And then when I did that, I changed my life, and I changed so many of your lives, helped so many other people. It wasn't just about me. So think about this as well, guys. You're going to help a lot of people, not just you. If you improve and you get confident, that everybody who comes into your life is going to be better for it, aren't they? But if you're a miserable, bitter person, like a lot of these internet trolls who've got no guts and no balls, and they just say horrible things to people because they're unhappy and resentful and they have no courage, then no one's going to want to be around you. You can't blame them. So, it's within your birthright, I believe, to make yourself a better person for you and for other people. And that can only be accomplished through taking action. So you may feel at the moment, that you're doing a lot, but I bet you're not doing enough. Because if you were doing that much, you'd all be globally successful. I'm not talking about doing the same thing I've done, but you'd be successful in your life. People would know about it. I'd hear about you. But the fact that's not happening means you're not taking enough action. And you need someone to tell you the truth and not lie to you and tell you nice things to stroke your ego. So one of the biggest challenges with doing this is the art of making yourself do things when you don't feel like it. Not all the time, because that wouldn't be accurate, but there's a lot of times when I first started out, I didn't feel like going out and giving public talks. I didn't feel like speaking to women. I didn't feel like speaking to people. I didn't feel like meeting new people. I didn't feel like starting a business. I didn't feel like selling. I didn't feel like coaching. I just wanted to hide in my home and watch movies and be under the covers, relaxed with snacks and be safe. I didn't want any harm done, in the sense of, any emotional conflict, whether it was good or bad. I didn't really want to feel my emotions because I was scared of them. Until that gets boring after a while. You can only watch so much porn, right, guys, and masturbate. You can only eat so much crap. You can only watch so many films until you think, what am I doing in my life here? This is terrible. Well, to answer that question, Freddie, in regards to how would you not feel insecure or nervous when participating in an online meeting like this live stream, it's exactly what I've been saying earlier on. You've got to throw yourself in. This is something people don't really want to understand. Everybody's got to go through that experience where you feel nervous, you feel judged. It's going through that makes you not scared anymore. But when you're on the outside, this is what everyone wants to do today. They want to go, let's get a book. Okay, I'm scared. I'm scared to go and do a live stream and be visible and on camera. So I don't want to do that. Let me read a book on how to, find a get out of this problem. And I read and I read and I read, and nothing changes. Whereas put the book down, press the button, and jump straight into it. You have to. You got to throw yourself in the deep end from time to time. Unless you want to stay as you are. Let me know, guys. I'll turn the stream off now, honestly. Just trying to help you. If you want to stay as you are and you don't want to improve and you're happy with how things are going, let me know in the comments. For everyone who says they're happy, I'll end the live stream. It wouldn't upset me because I don't want to waste my time with people that don't really want to make an effort. I always appreciate when I see you appreciating the advice I'm giving, and then you go and take some action. You start socializing. The stream I done earlier, there's about 3 or 4 people in the stream that I'm really happy with, that have been going out actively and going to events and socializing. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep repeating the same thing because I understand the mindset of people, human nature and ego. You need to hear something 60 times before you actually act on it and do it. That's the thing. We're all like that. We can all be like that, myself included. Okay, so you've got to build momentum. You've got to build confidence in a short amount of time. So reason being, with social anxiety, every time you go and socialize, let's say you have a good day. If you have a good day, the voice in your head's going to say, you had a good day today, Ron. JB, you had a great day. Johnny Berba, you had a great day. Freddie, you had a great day. Dick, you had a great day. Dick Valentine. Bobby, you had a great day. Do you know what? You don't need to socialize next week. As a matter of fact, sit at home, have some snacks, watch some pornography, eat cakes. Don't go out. It's cold. And then you do that for the next 6 weeks and you're in darkness again. That's what fear does. It's very, very intelligent. I understand it. I've been working with the mind for over a decade, coaching other people around the world and also working on my own mind. And as all of you know, I've had mental challenges and things like that, which educated me more. What you've got to do is say, no, I am going to socialize again. Just because I had a great time with a friend or just because I went on a date. How many guys do you know, right? This has happened to so many men. They're single, they're in a bad place, or they've come out of a relationship that they wasn't happy with, not fulfilling them, or they break up, a girl leaves them and they're heartbroken, right? We've all been through it. It's not nice, but it's called life. And then they tell themselves, they get good advice from family, friends, maybe a dating coach, a therapist says, you know what, you've got to get back out and start dating again so you can meet someone and get over this breakup. And then they might go out, they go on one date and the date is okay, but it's not the person of their dreams and it's not the right chemistry. So they come back from the date and they get defeated because they're hurting over the previous girl that left them. They can't be bothered to keep going and they quit and they go into a dark place. What you need to do is you need to, okay, it's unfortunate. This date didn't go well today. It's not the result I wanted, but I'm going to keep going. And you've got to go on another date. And if that doesn't work out, you go on another one. If that don't work out, another one. So this teaching today is priceless. That's why, without being arrogant or anything like that, I don't even doubt myself 1 second. I know it works. I did it hundreds of times and I'm doing it. I literally did it this week. So it's the momentum that crushes social anxiety. It wouldn't exist if we all kept building momentum. Basically, what I'm saying is if we was more of a sociable generation and people, we wouldn't have all these problems that we've got today in the world. You guys wouldn't be having all these issues. But you've got the power to change it. So it does take a strong character. And that's why what always happens is with clients that I've worked with, once they get the momentum on the 6 weeks program, for some people, that's enough. They don't need my help no more. They go off and they build their own life, which is great. Some people might need to do another 6 weeks, depending on where they're at. They might even want to go further in their life. They might want to not just improve dating, but they want to start a business or public speaking or do more things. Once they build that momentum, it just gets better and better for them. Same with me. So it's almost like a silly analogy, but building a snowman. Like once you get it going and it's big, it's easier then to make it even bigger, right? But when you can't be bothered to build it, you just do a little bit, it's a nightmare. Okay, that's a start. That's a start, Andy, for the gym twice a week. That's a start. That's a start. That's something. Well done. But what I'm saying is, you can't settle like easily. It's too dangerous to do that with social anxiety and anxiety in general because it comes back. So you've got to be on top of it. You've got to be constantly going. That doesn't mean you can't have a rest, guys. Obviously, we have time to sleep. So there's always time for anybody here who says, "Oh, well, I don't want to burn out or I don't want to overdo it." You won't because you'll go to sleep at night. You can have 8 hours sleep, right, or 7 or 9. And of course, you can take a day off in the week if you feel mentally and emotionally stretched from it all. I always take a day recover, but generally you got to keep it going. Like I said, so many people that have asked me about YouTube or got inspired from my channel, they set their channel up. They've got the ability to succeed, but they don't keep with it. They do one video, maybe 2 videos. They don't get the response they want, and they quit. Versus if I was telling someone to start, I'd say, you know what? If you really want to crack YouTube and you want to be confident on camera and you want to be an excellent speaker like I am and inspire people, educate them, or just enjoy being a video vlogger, spend the next 6 weeks and dedicate your life to it. Don't let anything else distract you, and just do that for 6 weeks. Oh my God, you're going to see how much you're going to grow as a person and your channel because you put that time in. So it's the same for anything. But where people struggle is a lot of people don't invest in a mentor. That's the value of having a mentor. When you've got a coach next to you, coaching you every week, he's pushing you. He's not letting you off the hook. I won't let you off the hook. I won't do that. So you have someone going, no, you're not going to quit. You're going to go for it. Not I'm a respectful person, but they're going to be straight with you. And then you're going to do it and go, thank you for pushing me. Thank you. I needed that. And then the next week's come, they're going to go, you did well last week. We got to go again. Hey, Nigel. Thanks for having you, man. Appreciate all the support from Australia. I generally find, without generalizing, always seem to be nice people on the stream. Mate, I'm not into game, man. I've got to be honest with you. I don't do game. I'm not a person who likes the term game because I don't game anyone. I'm just honest. How I improved my relationships with women was by being honest and doing a lot of socializing and going through the rejections and working on myself. I did public speaking. Public speaking helped me be more confident and honest and have respect for women. That really helped. Teaching, I faced a lot of fear. I understand. Yeah, that is part of social anxiety. Well done for having the courage to admit it. I had that as well. I got over that. Do you know how you overcome that, JB? The brain fog is you got to do what I'm saying. It's almost like every question you guys have got, every problem, the solution is the same thing I'm saying today. You got to do a lot of socializing. You probably need a lot of socializing, JB. A hell of a lot, more than the average person. I was the same as you. I was a hard gainer. I was very anxious. And I always find the most anxious people make the best progress if they take the action and do what I'm saying today. The clients that have done the best with me, it's not a competition, but the ones that have done life-changing changed are the ones that have been petrified, on the first set. They've just been very nervous. And I was the same. So that can be a positive, but don't dwell on that. Don't think, oh, well, Johnny says if I'm really anxious, that means I'm gifted. You've got to put the work in with it, and then you'll see the difference. Seeing your videos recently, Johnny, you really inspired me. I relate a lot. You're welcome. Thank you, man. I'm sure you subscribed. I appreciate it. So one of the great ways to get over the brain fog is probably spend a whole week socializing. So you need focus. Like I said, it's simple. All you got to do is focus on facing your social anxiety for the next 6 weeks in a row. Whether you do that with my coaching or my program. If anybody's interested in working with me, I'm going to start coaching in December. Really going to go at this now. I'm really in the mood. So email me. I'll give you my email address. It's underneath all my videos, but I'll give it here. Right? If you need coaching for social anxiety, I'll just let you know I do online coaching for guys who can't make it to London. For anybody overseas, I've coached people all around the world anyway, online, offline, and I do in-person coaching. But with the in-person coaching, I'm very selective of who I work with. I don't just work with anybody who pays me. I don't work like that. I've been in this too many years. I'm very, very aware of people that are not coachable. No disrespect, I won't work with them. I'll leave them to figure things out in their own life, and let the Lord take care of that, because I've made that mistake in the past. All teachers do and coaches, when we start, we try to fix everybody, and we end up causing ourselves mental health problems. But the positive thing is, I've worked with so many great people that are just a pleasure to be around, and they're the people that I want to continue working with. So I'm not being rude. I'm just being straight. Like I said, I haven't got time for BS. Life's short, so I like to make the most of it and be honest and frank with people. And that's part of my teaching, honest communication. So if it's an in-person program you need, because I do different programs, I need to speak to you, we can do a call over Zoom. If you want to, the call isn't, I'm not going to charge you for the call. That's free. There's no commitment. It's just obviously committing to the call. 30-minute Zoom call. I'll have a chat with you. Within 30 minutes, I can tell you, yeah, I can help you. And the same for you. You're not obligated to work with me. You might come on the call and think, you know what, it's not personal. I don't like Johnny. I don't want to work with him. No problem. You haven't got to be rude. And I haven't got, all you got to say is, I'm going to say no, but thank you. And I appreciate that. And I'll say the same for you. I won't be rude. I'm not going to say, look, you're an arsehole, I don't want to work with you, right? I'm not going to say that. But if I think you've got a bad attitude on a call, and I just think I won't be able to help this person, no matter how much money they paid, no matter how much I tried, if we're just not a right fit for each other, I'm going to tell you. I'll have to say no. And I've done it. I haven't got a problem saying no to people. But hopefully there will be chemistry. So drop me an email. I'll get back. There's no rush. I'll get back to you in 48 hours. And I've already got a couple of calls booked in for next week, and I want to get a full schedule of calls booked. And it will actually give you confidence, actually. Of course, coming on the call, you might be fearful. I'm not going to see, I'm not someone, most people, I'm not going to put you down for that. I'm going to have respect for you for being honest. I used to be nervous going on calls myself. This is all part of training. So coming on a call, learning to negotiate, learning to speak to teachers, you learn, you grow. It's a great live stream. Oh my God, I'm such a fan. Sending love. I speak for all California girls. Thank you very much. Hi, Johnny. You're looking very French this evening. I feel very French. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Je m'appelle Jonathan Elondre. Right? How's that? For all my French fans out there, I feel cheesy saying it. I love all of you. But why don't none of you spend any money on my coaching? What's going on? How comes I don't get many French clients? I'm joking, but I'm telling the truth as well. No, I'm sure they're great. I have had some French clients over the years. I've worked with people from all different places. I forget sometimes. Depends on the girls, man. It depends. It depends on you. Depends on your eye contact. I don't see it like that. I see your point, but I don't really look into things that in that much detail, if I'm being honest. It's not something that I really think about in my life at the moment, but obviously that's what you're thinking about. I guess it could be cultural. Different cultures are different, but generally I find most women have got good eye contact, unless they're very shy and they've got anxiety. So I don't really put that down to where someone's from. I've kind of, in my experience, having, dated women from different parts of the world and built some good connections and relationships. I don't really see that much of a difference with eye contact based on whether a girl's from London or she's from another part of the world. Obviously, that can be a part, but I don't know. What's the problem with it? I don't really see that being a problem. Anyway, back to the topic. By the way, guys, just letting you know, right? Because I get a lot of questions about NoFap, so I've made a new video for you today. It's a really good quality. I can't wait to upload it, because I get questions and I've answered it in the video. I won't get into it too much today. People ask me, Johnny, does NoFap take away social anxiety, depression? And actually, I'm not going to say nothing. You'll see in a new video that I'm going to upload probably tonight or tomorrow. Andy says, still interested. I would still like to get coaching in the new year. That's great. No problem. I'm also confused about this Zoom. No, the Fearless event is in person, Andy. The Zoom calls are for people that are interested in getting my coaching. It's a meeting. On the Zoom call, I decide if I can work with you or not, and also you for me. So they're separate. The insecurity online classes at the end of the day has been a measure of humiliation. When teachers ask you something, yeah, that can be hard in front of everyone. But it's online, right? Just keep practicing it. Practice the mindsets that I teach on the channel and the videos, Freddie. You've been watching my stuff for a while. Change your mindset. You look. Let me explain something, right? I thought about this today. You've got to go through challenging things emotionally. All of us have. If we want to gain confidence. You won't gain any confidence, guys, if you don't go through humiliating situations that make you feel humiliated. Most of the time they're not. It's how you feel about yourself. Well, that's something you got to change, man. I appreciate your honesty, Freddie. I'm not going to knock you for it, but if you're very emotionally sensitive, and most of us are, I know I was, I know I can be. You got to build some toughness. You got to toughen up. This is the advice my father gave me, Freddie, when I was younger, and I didn't really like it, but now I'm thankful because my dad was right. He saved my life. So for really emotionally sensitive people, they've got to take even more action, and they can become rock solid. It's a funny irony and a contradiction. I usually find very sensitive people, sensitive men, especially when they're honest about their sensitivity, if they take action, they're rock solid. They change. They become more stronger than someone who initially was stronger than them. So I guess the story is, it's a true story, my story, and hopefully many others, is the guy who got bullied at school, who was weak and laughed at and who wasn't popular and who was insecure and sensitive and afraid and intimidated, works on himself, gets a mentor. It's the Rocky story, Karate Kid, Lion King. My story is a parallel of so many other people's stories and many of yours, but he faces his fears continuously, goes from a coward, head down, afraid, and then becomes a tiger, becomes a lion, becomes a warrior because of doing the work. Where the other guy who at school was a bully, put on an act, everybody was afraid of him. He acted strong. He probably was a bit strong in certain ways, but was weak in others. When he leaves school, eventually he gets found out, he falls apart. Unfortunately, he hasn't got the desire, hasn't got the motivation to put the work in that all of you are going to do and the work that I've done, because maybe he didn't get bullied enough. Now, the same people that he bullies years later, he meets up with them who's stronger. I'm not talking about in bullying. Bullying is not a good thing, but it's confidence, strength, love, positivity. The guy that he bullied is changed. He can't bully him no more. If the guy who was the victim, if he wants to, he can bully the bully that bullied him. But usually he will choose not to do that. He let him off the hook because he's a good person. So that's a bit of a long-winded answer for Freddie and anyone who feels they're too sensitive. Because when I was younger, I was such a sensitive kid, sensitive young man, especially to verbal attacks, things like that. Now I guess I'm still a human being. I have a sensitive side, but I'm rock solid because I've been forged in pain, fear, insecurity, success, around great people, around not so many great people, and you learn and you grow. Do you know what, Bobby? I'm not going to get into that now, but thanks for reminding me. I am going to do some videos on porn again and what I feel about it and no fap, but it's just not the right time now. If I get into that, I'm going to lose the flow of what I'm talking about today, which is important to me and all of you. But don't worry, I've got many videos on that subject. Any more questions, guys? We're kind of coming to that time. I'm really enjoying this. It is Saturday night. I am going to make my food after, but we'll get some questions in. And there's a few more things I want to say, but I've said most of what I wanted to say. Appreciate it, Tom. As my good friend Tom says, love the late night running video, brother. It inspired me to get the fucking running shoes on to hit the streets. Get Johnny's coaching if you can, guys. It will be worth it. I appreciate it. Really appreciate that, Tom. That's what I'm telling the guys. For the people who really want to change and want to improve, they'll make the investment. Confidence versus self-esteem. Same thing, really. It's just different words. But I just think self-esteem is not as attractive as confidence. Some psychologists might disagree. What difference does it make? Either you have it or you don't. The good news is, what I've learned, and a lot of people are not honest about this, anybody who's got low self-esteem can build their confidence up. Because I've heard many people have said it to me, oh, you know what your problem is? You've just got low self-worth, low self-esteem. And it's almost like they say it in a way that you can never change it. You're screwed. But it's not true. Anybody who hasn't got confidence can build the confidence. And I've told you for free about 1,000,000 times. All they've got to do it takes a lot of work, is keep facing their fears. The more terrifying fear you face, whether you like it or not, your confidence goes up. You could bring me a coward, bring the most scared, man in the world or woman who's petrified, who's got no confidence whatsoever. And if I mentored them for 6 weeks or 6 months, or anybody, not just me, anybody who's got experience, anybody knows what they're doing, and I push that person into fear, for 6 weeks, every day or every week, they ain't going to be the same person again. I've seen it in the gym. I've seen it in so many scenarios in life. I've seen it in dating. I've had clients who are so insecure, so scared, so nervous, like that, like scared lambs. And after 3 hours of me pushing them into social situations and getting them to introduce themselves and say hello and compliment and keep going, and even if they're stuttering, they change. Something changes. The body language changes. They start feeling something different, and that's confidence. I've seen it in boxing. I've seen guys go in that are scared, nervous, scared to fighting like that against someone who's stronger, and they're scared. They fight like a girl, like a coward. I'm not saying girls can't fight. Obviously, girls can fight today, but it's just a terminology. Today, women could probably beat men up, but they can't. They're so scared. It's embarrassing for anyone. I was like that as well. But after a few weeks of training and learning how to punch a bit better and be in that situation, they change. All of a sudden, they're like a pit bull, and that's because they've gained confidence. How did they gain that confidence? They gained that confidence because they kept being thrown in the deep end. And when you're in the deep end and you're scared, it feels horrible. It feels like you are being disgraced, but you're not. Something's building in the meantime. It's building, it's building, it's building. But as it's building, it feels like another part of you is breaking down. And that's just your ego, I guess. Well, listen, man. Tom, you know as better than anyone, because of what you've done, how many people you've helped, what you've faced again and again and again. But 100%, we all need to be reminded. We all need some help. We have to have these conversations. So running, boxing is 10 times better than the gym for mental health. It's incredible for confidence. It's just about doing it consistently. That's it. And I think today, everybody, myself included, sometimes we overlook that. We know what we need to do, but we feel like what you said, what I've said, when someone tells us that we just got to keep doing something, we know it. We go, you're right. But there's a part of us that won't want to keep doing it. And we got to be careful of that. Everybody has. And that's where the inner strength comes in. That's where motivation, strength, confidence, whatever you want to call it, it's that will to win. It's the will to go, again, I'm going to do it. Again, I'm going to do it when something's trying to stop you from doing it. And that's why I've just been putting up lots of videos. Like, I didn't really want to put so many videos up of boxing because I know for some people, for everybody, it's going to start annoying you, but it will make you take action. After seeing me in the gym 7, 10, 12 times, you're just going to go, right, I want to be the guy in the gym. And that's why I put it up, to get good people to take action so you can do it for yourself, and experience how good it feels, and to make a habit of it. So for all the people who get upset and angry, some hate and all things like that, it doesn't bother me. It makes it worth it. I'm willing to go through the hate. I've been getting, hate and nasty messages, emails. I will go through that to have experiences like today where people are they're generally grateful. They're inspired by the teaching. Yeah, I'm going to watch the fight tonight. I can't wait for that. Lopez and Cambosis. Just a little side note, right? Because I'm a huge believer in this. I'm a huge believer in taking action, and I got Lopez in that fight, but you never know. You never know. You can't write off Gambosis because he's trained hard, and I've seen some of these top level fighters like Lopez who have big wins. I think Lopez is an amazing fighter. He's brilliant, but they get too complacent too quick. They get cocky, and then they get beaten by someone that shouldn't really beat them. But I think Lopez is going to be he's just at a different level. But you never know. You never know. So a train of thought. So it's gone. Hold on. Yes, it's I thought about it today. I'm always learning from the boxing gyms. The price that we all pay for going through difficult things is definitely worth it afterwards. We can't see that on the outside of it because sometimes when I tell my story, I tell people the truth about what it inquires. This process of building confidence, it scares people. I understand. It can scare me at times too, because they're like, oh my God, I don't want to go through that. But when you're in it and you go through it and you come out the other side, you go, I feel like a man. I can do anything. Now my life means something. Now I know why I've gone through all this struggling, suffering, pain, embarrassment, whatever demons I'm dealing, to feel the way that I feel now, like a champion, like someone who is valuable, however you want to feel. We've all got our own little way of relating to ourselves in a way that's good or bad. George, you always choose bad times to make jokes. Go on, and let's hear another joke from George. I like George's jokes. They're like my jokes. That they're not that funny in written text, but I'm sure in person they're really funny. Go on, George. The boxers do the same thing that I did with the 6 weeks program. Boxers do on average, they do a 10-week training camp or 12 weeks. And I also do that as well. It's not just 6 weeks for everyone. Some clients have worked with me for 12 weeks. Some have done, I had a client many years ago who did 5 6 weeks programs in a row. This guy was, I'm not just saying he's amazing because he did fire with me. Obviously, he spent a lot of money, but he was amazing. I loved working with him. He liked me a lot. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 32. Yeah, 32 weeks of mentorship. And he got to just a whole different level in his life. He got a girlfriend. Everything changed. You know, he was already financially well, but everything improved. He got confident. How you doing, Jeremy? So the boxers do it. I learned from the boxers. I apply it to personal development. The reason why they do that is for the same reason I said today, so they can get over their demons and fear and then get match fit. You've got to be in the mental shape to go and defeat your demons and to achieve your goals. You can't be in average shape. You're not going to be good enough. It's not intrinsically you're not good enough. It's that your shape's not good enough. Your mindset, your confidence, your self-esteem, your communication, your self-belief, your movement. You've got to spend time putting in hours and hours for that period. And obviously, after 6 weeks or 12 weeks, of course, you can have a holiday and chill out for a couple of days a week and take some time out of taking action and talking about growth and self-development and social anxiety. That's healthy. That's needed, but not too long if you want to keep growing and keep improving. I didn't get that joke about your grandfather. Is that a joke or is that true? I never, Johnny, I never saw much of my grandfather. He was very good at hiding. Take that. That's a joke. You make a lot of jokes. It's good. You've got a good sense of humor. So yeah, it's funny, because that sound a bit crazy. If you just stop for a second, just stop. All of you are probably feeling quite present from this talk. If you just stop and listen to your own inner thoughts, you will hear something trying to stop you. There's something in our minds, in our psychology, which is trying to stop us, prevent us from doing things, even the right things. Guys have it. I've had it with clients where they've complained that they never had a girlfriend before. All the usual problems that guys have, complaining to me that the coaching's not working, that I'm not doing enough, or how comes they're not getting the same results as the other guy, one of my clients. Then all of a sudden they get a phone number, they get a date with a lovely girl. And I say, it's brilliant. Aren't you happy? Yeah, I'm happy. But what? You were complaining last week to me, moaning about the coaching, saying that, oh, maybe, and now you've got what you want, you're not happy. Oh, but now I've got to go on a date. That's the interruption. You've got to be careful of that. Self-sabotaging, fear, anxiety trying to stop you. Or ego comes in, it's like, oh, I don't really need it now. When deep down, you do need it. That's what you wanted. So you obviously have to keep going. So today's lesson, I've learned loads. It helps me get things out. Don't stop when you're succeeding and don't stop when you're failing, because it's both traps. Both are going to put you back into anxiety. Thomas Wade, my good friend, says it's like business. It's a sport. If you aren't all in, you will get crushed by your own ego. I found you need to build the internal confidence to overcome demons, which are already there. 100%, 100%. As you said, the ego will crush you. It will crush you to death if you don't treat it full time and all in. And that's been the biggest challenge for me since COVID. Not being all in. Now I've been all in with the training and committing to business more. So yeah, it's one of those weird rules. They say it in boxing. I've had trainers tell me, if you go in the ring and you fight gun shy means when you're gun shy, you're scared of getting hit, you're scared of hitting back. If you go in with that mentality, you get battered, it hurts, you get beaten up, it's horrible. But if you go in the ring and you say, excuse my language, I don't care if this fucker kills me, I'm going to kill him. I don't like in the sport, I'm going to hurt him. I don't care what he throws at me, I'm all in. There's such a confidence lift that you get from that. And you always do better when you've got that mentality. You always do well. You take a better shot, you give a better shot, and you're so committed and you don't even get tired as much. So it just goes to show the power of our psychology and the power of our own ego. And I've spoken to anybody who's done boxing at any level, sparring, will account for this. I've spoke to so many boxers and they said, today I felt really good in the gym. I felt really good in sparring. I could really hold my own. Another day they say, I didn't feel right. I've seen it with people. I've watched really good boxers go into sparring and just handle someone, like just box great with so much confidence. I've seen the same person next week. I'm like, is that the same person? Guy looks like a coward. What's happened to him? Obviously, the mentality. And it's happened to me many times in boxing. So many times I got in, was terrible, was fighting like a coward, scared scared to get hurt. And then I've gone in the next time and just looked like so strong and boxed great. So all these things come back to confidence and regular practice. And I think I've learned today from talking to all of you that, it doesn't matter how confident we are or what we've got. If we don't keep practicing and working on ourselves, we lose it. Anthony, yeah, that's true. That's how Joshua was. That's true. Joshua did box well some rounds, but let's not beat around the bush. He was scared. He was fighting scared. He's admitted it. That wasn't the Joshua that fought Klitschko. The Joshua that fought Klitschko was willing to die in the ring. That's why he won the fight. That's why he got off the floor and he beat a great fighter. And that's his best performance. But when he got beaten by Andy Ruiz, it knocked his confidence out of him. And that's why when he got in with Usyk again, he was gun shy, he was cagey. He didn't be himself in the ring. So the question with Joshua is, it's not that he lacks talent, it's that he's lost his confidence. Something's lost, he's got to get it back. And obviously, if he can do that, then he can win the fight. He can beat Usyk. But that's a question mark. But we've all got to accept that as well. It's the same for all of us. We're all human. Guys would say, I'd have clients, one day you can go out and you can speak to people. I have that. Some days I go out and I'm really confident and relaxed. I can socialize with friends, with family. I can go on a date. I can be confident with a woman. Fantastic, fine. Today's one of those good days. Another day, I'm nervous. I'm an anxious wreck. I'm not as confident. I'm not as good as I was. So we all go through it. It's called life. It doesn't matter how successful you are. None of us are perfect. But what I've found that you got to do is you got to not feel sorry for yourself. You just got to move on and forget about it. Just go, you know what? It's just a bad day today. Everybody has them. Next week, tomorrow will be a better day. What can I learn from it? How can I still find something positive? And again, that's why mentors are great. That's why you need to get a mentor, because a mentor will tell you where you're going wrong, but it will always remind you of what you're doing right and always take positives from a situation that you perceive as negative and you can't see any positives for yourself. You'll always see it. And that's just the rule of thumb for everything. So it's that's it, man. That's what I've been saying, man. And I think a lot of people, I think most people on this stream have got a good attitude, but there's a lot of people who just don't want to hear it. As Tom says, get your ass in the boxing gym. Stop watching all the time. Get inspired and do it. Become great yourself. Be the person in the ring, not just sitting on the sidelines. Love the stream, bro. Speak soon. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for coming on. It's always nice. It shows what a good character you've got on as someone who's a fellow teacher, a very successful person, to still come on a friend stream and listen and learn and add. That shows a lot of character. So, and I will say this will help a lot of people, and it helps me. It's a gradual thing, building your confidence. You haven't got, it's okay. It takes time. So you're not expected to do everything every single day at every time. No one's like that. Not even a Marine is like that. Everybody has to have a little bit of patience, time. So be patient with yourself, but at the same time, be honest. Don't bullshit yourself. Take the action. Keep putting the practice in. Keep putting in the momentum, and have a serious think about getting coaching, guys. Getting a mentor if you can't do it on your own. Any more last couple of questions, guys? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It hits home. See, the only danger is you don't want to get to a point where you just enjoy coming on live streams and watching my videos or anybody else's. That's an easy trap to fall into. It happens to everybody. You want to be the person who watches this, but you go out and do it for yourself. You create your own life, and be a person of influence, however that looks. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. Now I've done this. I feel like I've helped. I've given value. I've taught. I've learned some stuff. I'll go on later on. I'm going to chill out, food, and I'm going to watch the boxing and have a break away from self development. And then the next day, I'm back on the self improvement. So it's knowing also how to balance things out and make it fun at the same time as it being challenging. So we've all got to man up. We've all got to toughen up in the right way, not in an insecure way, but we have to get our mentality strong, and that's why the boxing is a great avenue to do that in these talks. If there's no more questions, guys, I'll call it a day. It's been great. I've really enjoyed this one. It's really good. Any more questions? Get them in. If anybody wanted to ask something they didn't get to ask, just to remind you guys, because I know what a lot of clients can be like. If you message me about coaching, it's private. I'm not going to publicize it. You're not going to be recorded. That only happens when people want to be recorded. So the Zoom call that we do, that's private. It's not recorded. It's not going to go up on YouTube for anyone. It's a private chat between me and you. And you can tell me about what you need help with. I can explain everything on the call. I'm transparent, open. Price, logistics, time, and what you need help with. So just drop me an email. There's no stress about when we've got to do it. We can do it next week. I'm quite flexible. We'll find this half an hour. It's only 30 minutes out of your day. Usually evenings work best for me, but I'm flexible on some other days. And then we can do a call and go from there. And as I said, getting on the call would give you confidence anyway. All right, guys, I appreciate you coming on. It was a good stream. Enjoy your weekend. And I'm going to be putting up videos regularly anyway. I'm going to be answering your question. I've got a new video I'm going to probably put up tonight, tomorrow, answering the question, does no fat alone reduce social anxiety and depression? So speak to you guys soon. Just want to say thank you. I had a chance years ago to tell you how much I love your content. I bumped into you. You have no idea how much you're helping me. I appreciate that, man. I think I remember you. I think I do. Thanks for the sound advice, John. You're very welcome. Appreciate it. Very, very, very. It's always a pleasure when there's good people that have got a good attitude. Appreciate it. All right. Like, share, subscribe, and keep taking action. And remember, guys, as well. So I remind myself, take it serious, but have fun at the same time as well. Right? Nice one.